Sergei, thanks for joining me today.
No worries, Lachlan. Pleasure.
Footy, cricket, soccer are some of the sports kids get into. How did you get into shooting?
I got into it through my family. My family were really big on shooting. Mum is a 7-time Olympian.
Wow.
Dad works in the gun industry, so I kind of just fell into it.
Were you forced into it, or was it your own choice?
Not necessarily a force, maybe a little bit of a nudge, you know, because they knew I was interested as a kid, and parents know the child better than themselves. So I was kind of like nudged into it. They knew I really appreciated the sport and got into it from there.
You've obviously come a long way in shooting. Are your parents proud of you?
Definitely. They are definitely proud of me. Well, I like to hope so.
One of your biggest achievements, obviously, and we have to talk about it, is the silver medal at the Commonwealth Games in the 25-meter rapid fire. What does this medal mean to you?
It's just so much like hard work and dedication went into that medal, and I was just so happy when I got it. You know, it was just such an amazing feeling.
Does it represent a lot of triumph, a lot of overcoming the odds?
Definitely a lot of, like what you said, like not really overcoming the odds, but more just a lot of hard work and persistence. But also like it's a bit of a family touch for me because my mum was such a decorated shooter, and it's kind of like a good stepping stone for me in the sport of shooting and just in sport in general.
Absolutely. Do you look at this and think I could have done better? I could have got that gold, or do you think, well, maybe I did my best?
I think a lot of athletes, just in sport in general, do think that, even when they do win a gold medal, because they reanalyze the performance afterwards, like most athletes do. But look, I'm still super proud of myself for coming away with the silver medal. I mean, the person who got gold medal, he shot better than me on that day, and he shot really well. And I think I shot quite well as well, and it obviously shows because I got the silver.
Absolutely. So we had the Commonwealth Games in Gold Coast. Obviously, carrying your guns up to the Gold Coast must be a bit of a trouble, especially nowadays with customs and things like that.
No, not really, because it was the Com Games were on home turf, so in Australia, so it wasn't that much of a difficulty. I think it got taken care of through Qantas and stuff, and it was all good.
So you've just come back from the World Champions in Brazil. Obviously, it must be a lot harder to take your guns overseas.
Yeah.
So what's people's first sort of thoughts when you say I am a shooter?
They kind of like laugh a bit and they say like, oh, like real guns? Like really?
Yeah.
Because they kind of doubt it because obviously the sport of shooting isn't as big as like you said, soccer, footy, cricket, whatever it is. But when the Olympics are on, I still think people know what it is. And that's how I explain it to them. It's like, you know, it's the one in the Olympics, you know, rapid fire, blah, blah, blah. Like I explain to them as a sport. I don't explain to them as a hobby.
Correct.
And that's when they understand it.
Is there a negative connotation you feel that still sort of comes from the sport of shooting? Maybe a bit different from like a running or an archery?
Not necessarily in Australia because maybe lately with everything happening around the world, but it's never really like that in Australia because we actually have quite safe gun laws and people see it as like a sport and hunting as well when they see shooting, and they see it as a hobby as well. So we don't really have that much of a negative connotation, but it's definitely not seen as much of a sport as athletics. You know, it's seen particularly more as like a hobby and hunting, but they obviously, some people do know it's a sport, some people don't.
Obviously, the next big goal is Tokyo 2020. Are you ready for Tokyo 2020?
I'm definitely getting ready. That's what my preparation has been for the last couple of years, and that's what my preparation will be for the next couple of months leading up to Tokyo. I think it's about 300 days left, a bit more than that, and everything I'm doing now is leading up to it. So I can't say I'm ready now, but I definitely will be ready by Tokyo.
So when you think about shooting, is it much of a mental game or is it very much a physical sort of line up, shoot?
It's definitely got both aspects to it. A lot of people don't realise how much strength you actually need until they actually try the sport of shooting, and they're like, holy crap, like, you know, I'm missing the target, like I don't have the strength to hold it up. And not only that, like it's definitely a big mental strain as well. Or not necessarily a strain, but it's a very mental sport. So there's a lot of mentality involved and quite a lot of physical fitness involved as well.
So say we have this chat in a year's time, Tokyo 2020 is done. What's the big headline for Sergei?
Big headline. Well, hopefully it's Sergei Evglevski brings back gold medal, but we never know. Like I said, it's all mental sport and it's physical a bit as well, but it's all mental, so we never know. I don't like to think about that, but who knows, mate.
Absolutely. Sergei, we wish you all the best for Tokyo, and thanks for your time today.
Thank you very much. Thank you for... Can I have my medal back? What are you doing?